really can't complain. Yeah.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Zonte with Official Baker Squad, and I am here. I'm here alone right now, not with the kids, because you know why we getting into that motivation video, and you already know what I'm coming with. If you don't know, you guys who just joined in, thank you. We are dealing with bridging the gap, okay? Bridging the gap. This is what we're doing in our lives right now, guys. Bridging the gap, okay? First of all, most of all, I'd like to thank every last one of y'all for jumping into the video. Thank y'all for sitting here, sharing your time to watch us, taking time to watch us, taking time to look at, see what we got, see what's going on. Guys, we want to communicate the wellness of ourselves to you guys, to get you guys to understand we care. We're not all about this. It's not about fame. It's not about money, but it's about getting out, letting people know, influencing people for real, dealing with family issues, family problems, talking about things that sometimes we just don't feel like talking about, and then also having fun doing the things that we do all together. That's what the Official Baker Squad is all about. I'm your boy, Big Zonte. Just call me Zonte. Guys, check me out on Instagram, Zonte Baker. That's who I am. I am Zonte Baker. Check me out on Instagram. And guys, yes, show some love. Go follow me there. Guys, I post some things up on there every so often. Go check my wife, Jenny Baker. Go check her out. You know, we're both trying to be influencers in the utmost way of a lifestyle. And right now, we just want to touch on that topic of bridging the gap. I want to talk about that, bridging the gap. I want to say that because there's so much things that's going on in the airways about bridging the gap. There's so many things that you can talk about bridging the gap. But first, before we even get into this video, every subscriber, thank you. Every person who's been with us, thank you. Every person who's been tuning in, thank you. All the new ones, guys, you're in for a treat, okay? I hope that you stick around for this whole video, that you subscribe with us. If you don't, guys, take time to watch our videos to enjoy this. Guys, okay, let's get into the bridging of the gap, okay? What is bridging the gap? Bridging the gap is defined as basically, you know, bridging the gap is one side with another side. And you know, there's always a gap. So, you know, bridges are made to be from one side to the other so people can get to the other side, right? And vice versa. There's always a gap in between. There's a void. So therefore, man has made a bridge to be able to get over to the other side, right? That's the theory of bridging the gap, right? Okay, but let's get into this. First of all, number one, I want to introduce you guys to a thing, to a program, to a community, to a family called Bridging the Gap Youth Program. Yes, guys, I came along with some great people. Talking about Bridging the Gap Youth Program. And guys, these people that's in this family, oh man, they're awesome. They all coming from different walks of life all over the world, over the United States. Guys, people are coming from different places, just wanting to bridge the gap. How many of you guys like to bridge the gap in your lives, right? Now you probably saying, okay, we were talking about the physical, but this is what we're talking about bridging the gap at in the Bridging the Gap Youth Program. We talking about stopping violence. This is what it's about. It's about the youth. It's about us as the adults, the ones who are older, teaching the younger generation, which that's how it's supposed to be. I'm pretty much, many of you have been through that, have heard similar things like that. But guys, it's all about us taking time to go ahead and show love to them, show love to the youth, bring them up, give them an opportunity, because most opportunities are taken away, right? When we were all growing up, some opportunities were taken away. So what we need to do is bridge the gap. There are fathers to sons, mothers to daughters, or opposite, mothers to sons or fathers to daughters. There's a gap sometimes there's a gap in life these days where some of the kids can't understand us, can't get where we're at. And then some of us as adults can't understand them. And we need to bridge the gap to help them understand, to help them find out who they are, help them find out what they want to do, and help them be successful at it, correct? So guys, that's what bridging the gap is all about. Most of all, it's helping them stop the violence, because our children, our kids out here, they're killing themselves. They're doing things that's just out the way. It gets real crazy out there right now. Probably somewhere in your community, somewhere something's going on. There's a shooting going on in schools. There are things that are happening out there in this world that people are committing suicide. There has to be awareness. of dealing with the youth today. It's been going on for generations, that things are happening that people are not addressing, or people are not taking the initiative to be able to make a change. And the thing is, we can do it is by coming into communities like Bridging the Gap. There are so many other communities out there, but get into the community and help spread some word. You know what I mean? You know, just see if that's for you, if that's what you want to do. But guys, I want you guys down below, check out Bridging the Gap Youth Program. Guys, you can catch them on Instagram. You can check up on the website. All this stuff will be down in the description so you can understand what Bridging the Gap Youth Program is all about, guys. That's one of my families right there. That's another part of my family right there that I'm going to take time to pour into them, use my skills to help them enhance, but at the same time, they pouring into me at the same time. So shout out to all y'all at Bridging the Gap Youth Program, all right? Okay, let's talk about Bridging the Gap, okay? Let's talk about Bridging the Gap on our end, guys. Bridging the Gap, okay. You wanna know what Bridging the Gap is? You just heard just a good amount of it. We just explained everything. So this is very short. This ain't no long video. So we just want you to understand what Bridging the Gap is. Guys, what are you bridging the gap in? What are you taking time to bridge the gap in? Are you bridging the gap at home? Are you bridging the gap in your schools? Kids, are you bridging the gap in your schools? And you might say, how can I bridge the gap? What do you mean? Guys, what talents are you using to uplift somebody else? What are you doing to help someone else next to you, to help them not fall into a problem or not get into an issue? There are communication issues on jobs. There are communication issues at school. There are communication issues at home. It starts from home before it can ever walk out that door. Yeah, everybody, we have to understand that. So listen, I'm a father, I'm a husband, I am a creator. I can name a lot of things of who I am. But one thing is that while I'm in my house, I have to make sure that I set the boundaries of things that's not necessary into my house, and take time to take initiative to be intentional with my children, with my wife, with my dog, with my fish, you know what I'm saying? To take time to spend time with my family, all in general. Family is very important to stick around and to get around with. If you have those that's in your house, and we're talking about the ones in your house now, people. We're talking about in your house. In your house, if you're taking time to be intentional with them, to spend time with them, to pour into them, ask them what they need. You be the bridge now. You be the bridge. That's what it's about. You being the bridge to connecting yourself with them, to see what they need so they can be able to deliver whatever they need to deliver to the other side. Whatever. So if it's a child that likes reading, writing, drawing, they have a great voice, they can sing, they can rap, they can, whatever the case is, anything they can do, you need to help them develop these skills to help them get to the next level. And if you don't have those skills, you need to direct them to the right place. That's called you being the bridge for them. Okay, so we want, that's just one way as a parent. That's just little tips that we can do to take our time to go there, correct? I believe so. You know what I'm saying? So I believe so, so you need to believe so. So how much are you willing to take it that far? How much are you willing to go to be able to bridge that gap, that void? Because you won't realize that when you step back and you realize over your life that that child has not took time to look, to not even take time to look into their gifts, to not even practice their gifts, and they realize they don't have their parent or their guardian, they don't have someone directing them to make them better. You know what that does to them? It makes them feel alone. It makes them feel gone. I know that made me feel like that. I had a void in my life for a long time. There's a lot of gifts. There's a lot of things that I wanted to do. Shoot, I used to love playing basketball, and I believe I was becoming a great basketball player. But guess what? I didn't have the right people in my life staying on top of me to make sure that my gift was taken to the next level. Do I believe I could have had an opportunity to play for a great school and maybe even go to the NBA or play overseas? Absolutely. Sky's the limit, regardless of what anybody say. But the thing is, what happened was I started doubting myself. I had a void. I started realizing, boom, my father wasn't in my life. You know what I mean? My biological father wasn't in my life. I took time to really how to figure things out around the men that was around me, and I'm thankful for the people I've came across in my life, but I felt like that wasn't enough, and I felt like it was always a void. So for some of you that's out there who don't have a parent at all, you know, who was raised up, and you have a big void in your life now, you just feel like, man, I wish I could have had you know, you just probably thinking like, man, I wish I had my mother. I wish I had a father. I wish I had this and had that. And then you feel sad deep down inside that, dang, I'm not completing this and completing that. I feel like I have not made this. I feel like I could have done so much more. I could have went further if I had this and that. That void becomes a guilt at some point. It becomes depression. It becomes anxiety. It becomes all that trauma that we all know today that can darn near kill us. And that's where the violence kicks in. And that's what I was talking about Bridging the Gap youth program, because that's exactly what children are going through today. So I'm just want to make you guys aware and let you know in this video that this is what Bridging the Gap is all about. Okay, you might hear me say it in the post, you might hear me put it in different things, you might hear me say it every so often, but the crazy part is, guys, how many of us really do know about Bridging the Gap? How many of us know about Bridging the Gap? How many of us know how to bridge the gap? Okay, some of us have not bridged the gap because we have the gap. There's a big gap that's in the middle of us that we still haven't bridged within ourselves yet. So you can't bridge it with somebody else. You can't bridge it with your son. You can't bridge it with your daughter. You can't bridge it with your mother, your father, your sister, your brother. You can't bridge it with nobody unless you bridge it with yourself first. When you bridge it with yourself and figure out how to get yourself across and feel that void is gone, then you can help someone else bridge the gap. So start with yourself. Start with yourself first. Find out where it's holding you back from not getting over. So you need to take time, bridge the gap with yourself, then move on to the next step. Bridge the gap with other people that you know that you have issues with, that you have problems with. See where bridging the gap is going? It's going in so many different ways. So many different ways that you could bridge the gap. Okay? Now, you might say, what if I can't bridge the gap if the person don't want to bridge the gap with me? Listen, life goes on. This is my opinion. Only my opinion. It's okay if you don't agree. Bridging the gap. If they don't bridge the gap with you, as you're trying to bridge the gap with them, that's okay. That's just a void that's in them, not inside of you, because you gave it a try. So what you do is you give it a moment, give it time, walk away and find another alternative to get to the other side other than using your bridge. Find a different route. It's like a GPS. Find a different route. Found a different route how to get to the other side without dealing with that one person that you have to bridge the gap with. Simple as that. Because your happiness comes first, right? If they not happy and you're trying to do everything you can, you pour everything you can into them, and they're not listening, they're not taking time to pay attention to you, not taking to understand where you came from and where you and what you're about and who you changed into, who you're trying to be, and you're trying to set standards and try to set things for your family. I'm sorry, I'm talking about myself. Am I talking about what I go through? Am I talking about what you're going through? Am I talking about what other people are struggling with? Yeah, I'm talking about that, because at the end of the day, all of us are going through a story. All of us are going through something. All of us go through some things where you have friends, family, you have some people that you've been trying to bridge the gap with, and it's been hard for you to do it. And you don't understand why it's happening, why it won't be bridged, why the void is not gone. Sometimes if you can't fill that void with yourself first, you're not gonna be able to do it with them. And even when you fill it with yourself, when you fill that void when you fill that void from yourself, and you able to get to the other side and you feel peace, everything that you try to do with the people, you start to realize, dang, maybe it's not meant to be with that person or this person. Maybe it's not meant to be. You might thought all these years, dang, I saw them doing that with you. No, guys, you can bridge the gap without having certain ones in your life who is holding you back. Because some people gonna, as you build your bridge to get to them, they're gonna burn that bridge every time. They're gonna cut that bridge. They're gonna do whatever it takes so you don't get across, because they don't want you by them. They don't want your help. And it's okay. So you have to realize, okay, let me not take all my time to give it to you. I'm gonna give it to them. I'm gonna give it to someone else who wants it. All right? I'm sorry. But that's it. If you want more, definitely drop a like down there, drop a comment down below if you agree with this, if you understand if some part hit you home. Guys, it's all about motivating. It's all about motivating. That's what I'm about. I'm a motivational speaker at heart. Guys, I don't need to be the top one. I don't need to be the top dog. I just want to be a motivator through my family to bridge the gap with all families on YouTube. It's a platform to give, to be creative, and to inspire, right? That's exactly what we're doing. Being daring, being creative, and being inspiring to other people. And that's what we want to continue to keep doing. So drop a comment down below if this is for you, if you like that video. Let me know if you want to hit another part 2 of that, because bridging the gap is a whole lot of things that we could touch on. All right, I'm Zonte again. I'm Zonte Baker, the official Baker Squad, and I'm out. Peace.